Hey, basketball fans, welcome back to Tips and Streams, your go-to spot for the hottest NBA regular season predictions. I'm Kokan, and I'm here to break down today's matchups and give you the edge you need to make the best bets. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. Your support means the world to us. Remember, our channel has no sponsors and relies solely on the love and support of viewers like you. Even a small donation by pressing the thanks button under the video helps us keep bringing you top-notch content every day. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow basketball enthusiasts. And we love hearing from you, so drop a comment below and let us know what you want to see in our forecasts. Your feedback helps us improve and bring you the content you crave. Let's jump right into today's NBA predictions. We've got some exciting games lined up, so stay tuned and let's get that winning streak going. Hey folks, I switched things up with this prediction and went deeper into the stats this time. I focused on numbers I think really move the needle when it comes to how the game plays out. Now, I want to hear from you. Does this new style hit, or should I stick to the approach that's already been proven? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll roll with what most of you think works best. Alright, let's dive into today's matchups. Today, we have predictions for 5 NBA games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Boston Celtics. Guys, this is hands down the most thrilling game of the day, and possibly the entire week. The stage is set for an electrifying Eastern Conference showdown as the Cavaliers visit Celtics at TD Garden. Both teams have been powerhouses in their own right, and this matchup promises high-level basketball and plenty of drama. The Celtics have been nearly unstoppable on their home floor, with a net rating of plus 8.5 that reflects their balanced efficiency. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers thrive under pressure, posting an impressive plus 10.2 net rating on the road. This contrast between Boston's home dominance and Cleveland's away success sets the tone for what should be a tightly contested battle. Boston's recent form at home has been rock solid, winning 4 of their last 5 games while averaging 115 points per contest. The Celtics' offense has been fueled by elite perimeter shooting, led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. On the other hand, Cleveland has been even more impressive on the road, going undefeated in their last 5 away games. The Cavaliers' defense has been suffocating, holding opponents to just 103 points per game while winning by an average margin of 12 points. Both teams are well rested. However, Boston will be without Kristaps Porzingis, whose absence could create challenges in the paint. Drew Holiday's availability provides a boost to the Celtics, while Cleveland enters the game with a clean bill of health. For Boston, three-point shooting has been their bread and butter at home, with Tatum and Brown combining for 6 triples per game. They'll need to capitalize on Cleveland's occasional lapses in perimeter defense. However, Cleveland's strength lies in the interior, where Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley have dominated. Without Porzingis, Boston could struggle to match Cleveland's physicality in the paint. Statistically, Cleveland boasts a slight edge in offensive rating on the road, 115.0, compared to Boston's home mark, 112.5. Defensively, both teams are elite, with Boston allowing 104.0 points per 100 possessions and Cleveland conceding 104.8. The tempo could also be a factor. Boston prefers a methodical pace with 98 possessions per game at home, while Cleveland plays slightly faster at 100 possessions on the road. The Cavaliers' rebounding prowess is another key storyline. They average 48 boards per game away from home, including 12 offensive rebounds, compared to Boston's 44 total and 10 offensive. Those extra possessions could be a deciding factor, especially in a close contest. Oddsmakers favor Boston by 4.5 points, with a total set at 229.5. Given the offensive firepower on both sides, I believe the over has potential. However, the Celtics are the team to beat until someone proves otherwise, and they'll be ready to take on the challenge of ending an undefeated streak. The matchup will come down to execution, and Boston's ability to rise to the occasion at home makes the difference for me. I'm putting my confidence in the Celtics to defend their home court and come out on top in a thriller. The second prediction for today is for a game between the Denver Nuggets and Memphis Grizzlies. This showdown between the Nuggets and the Grizzlies is shaping up to be a battle where one player could tip the scales entirely. To me, the prediction hinges on Nikola Jokic's availability. If he suits up, I believe Denver can steal a win on the road. But if he's out again, Memphis has all the tools to dominate their home court. Let me break it down for you. The numbers tell a compelling story. Denver's net rating on the road is a respectable plus 1.8, showing their ability to stay competitive away from home. Jokic is the maestro orchestrating the success, controlling the pace, and unlocking their offensive potential. Meanwhile, Memphis boasts a stellar plus 5.2 net rating at home, fueled by their defensive grit and relentless energy at the FedEx Forum. It's no secret they turn their home turf into a fortress. Recent form only strengthens the Grizzlies' case. They're on a roll with 4 straight home wins, including a convincing 105-90 victory over Denver not long ago. Their defense has clamped down hard, holding opponents to under 95 points per game during the stretch. On the flip side, Denver has struggled on the road lately, going 2-3 in their last 5 outings, with Jokic's absence amplifying their woes. Jokic's status is the ultimate wild card. With him, the Nuggets outscore opponents by 13.3 points per game. Without him, they're outscored by a jaw-dropping 29.8 points. That's an absurd swing, highlighting just how much Denver relies on their star big man. If he's unavailable, Memphis has a massive edge. The Grizzlies aren't without their own challenges. Ja Morant remains out, but Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. have stepped up big time. Bane, in particular, has been on fire, averaging 24 points and 6 assists over his last 5 games. Add their home court advantage and superior defensive stats into the mix, and Memphis looks like the team to beat if Jokic isn't in the lineup. The tempo could be another factor. Memphis thrives in fast-paced games, averaging 104 possessions per home game, while Denver prefers a slower pace. If the Grizzlies can dictate the speed, they'll force Denver into mistakes and rushed decisions. And let's not overlook rebounding. Memphis ranks 3rd in home rebound percentage, while Denver struggles on the glass without Jokic. Here's where I stand. If Jokic plays, I'm putting my money on Denver. His ability to control the game in every facet is unparalleled, and I think he could lead the Nuggets to a narrow victory. But if he doesn't suit up, Memphis should dominate, leveraging their defense, pace, and home court energy. My gut says the Grizzlies will get it done unless the reigning MVP walks through that tunnel.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino, your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe, with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, couriered check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
The third prediction for today is for a game between the New Orleans Pelicans and Dallas Mavericks. When the Dallas Mavericks take the court against the New Orleans Pelicans tonight, we're looking at 2 teams heading in opposite directions. Dallas has found their groove on their home turf, making the American Airlines Center a tough place to steal a win. Their efficiency at home shines through in their numbers, showing a team that thrives in familiar surroundings. Meanwhile, the Pelicans have stumbled on the road, their away record reflecting the struggles of a team that hasn't quite figured it out outside their own ballpark. Recent performances only amplify the gap. Dallas snapped out of a cold spell with back-to-back wins, including a nail-biter that showed they've still got plenty of fight. The Pelicans, on the other hand, have hit a slump, dropping 5 straight road games while struggling to find any rhythm offensively or defensively. Injuries are part of the game, and both squads are dealing with their fair share. Dallas is missing Luka Doncic, and while that's a big bat out of the lineup, they've got Kyrie Irving ready to step into the cleanup role. Irving's knack for creating plays is going to be key tonight. The Pelicans, however, are in deeper trouble. With Zion Williamson and other key pieces out, Brandon Ingram is left to shoulder the offensive load, and he's going to need a monster night to keep New Orleans competitive. From a strategy standpoint, Dallas has the upper hand. They've been efficient offensively, moving the ball well and capitalizing on open looks. Defensively, they've had their hiccups, but still show more cohesion than the short-handed Pelicans. New Orleans is scrambling to patch together both ends of the floor, and that lack of balance has been their Achilles heel. The pace of play will also play into Dallas' hands. While New Orleans usually likes to push the tempo, their limited roster may force them into a half-court grind, a game Dallas is more than comfortable playing. Rebounding will be another factor, with Dallas showing a knack for dominating the boards in key moments. Without Zion, the Pelicans will struggle to grab second chances or keep Dallas off the glass. The Mavericks also have a clear edge beyond the arc. Irving's ability to collapse defenses and find his shooters on the perimeter gives Dallas a lethal weapon against a Pelicans defense that has struggled to close out. Turnovers and playmaking will tell another story, with Dallas showing more discipline and control than the patched-together Pelicans. When the dust settles, I expect Dallas to flex their home court advantage and depth to control the tempo and take care of business. The Pelicans' depleted roster is simply no match for the Mavericks' firepower. This one feels like Dallas' game to lose. I believe Dallas will not only secure the win, but also cover the spread, keeping New Orleans at arm's length all night. Before we move on, I have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying the content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing might seem like a small action, but it actually makes a big impact for us. Plus, it's completely free for you. Have you clicked that subscribe button? Awesome, thank you so much for your support. Now let's dive back into the video. The fourth prediction for today is for a game between the Oklahoma City Thunder and San Antonio Spurs. I've got my eyes set on the Thunder-Spurs clash in San Antonio, and the numbers are painting a vivid picture of what we can expect. This game feels like it's going to be won on the little details and execution, so let's dive into the breakdown. The Thunder have been absolute road warriors this season. With an away net rating of plus 8.5, they've shown they know how to thrive under pressure in enemy territory. On the flip side, the Spurs have been anything but dominant at home, sitting on a minus 3.2 net rating that reflects their struggles to defend the Frost Bank Center. It's a tough look for a team that's supposed to draw strength from their home crowd. OKC has been riding a wave of success lately, taking 4 of their last 5 games on the road while averaging 112 points per game. Their offense has been smooth, efficient, and relentless. San Antonio, meanwhile, has been inconsistent at best, losing 3 of their last 5 home games and allowing an alarming 110 points per outing. Against a disciplined squad like the Thunder, that's a recipe for trouble. Injuries could also tilt the scales in this one. The Thunder are missing key pieces, including Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Joe, but they've managed to stay sharp regardless. The Spurs might be in worse shape if Victor Wembanyama can't suit up. His absence would leave a massive void, especially with Jeremy Sochan already ruled out. Wemby's presence could be the only thing keeping this game competitive for San Antonio. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been the engine driving the Thunder's success, averaging 26.3 points and orchestrating a dynamic offense that creates high-quality shots. Against a shaky Spurs defense, OKC's ball movement and spacing could turn into a clinic. For San Antonio, Wembanyama's flashes of brilliance, his 17.7 points per game stand out, just haven't been enough. He's carrying too heavy a load with limited support, and it shows in their lack of consistency. Tempo is another factor to watch. The Thunder love to push the pace, clocking 102 possessions per 48 minutes, while the Spurs tend to slow things down with 97 possessions in the same span. If OKC can dictate the tempo, they'll pull San Antonio out of their comfort zone and force them to play catch-up. Rebounding could be a sneaky key to this matchup. The Thunder have been solid on the boards, pulling down 45 rebounds per game, even without Holmgren, compared to the Spurs' 42. Second chance points could swing the game further in OKC's favor if San Antonio doesn't tighten up their box outs. From downtown, the Thunder have been lethal, shooting 38% from three-point land, with Lou Dort stepping up as a sharpshooter. San Antonio has struggled here too, managing just 32% from deep. If the Thunder get hot from beyond the arc, this one could be over early. Turnovers and ball movement are where OKC's discipline shines. They average just 12 turnovers per game with a crisp assist-to-turnover ratio of 2.1. The Spurs, however, are giving away 15 possessions a night, and their 1.5 ratio leaves plenty to be desired. That kind of sloppiness is a death knell against a team as methodical as the Thunder. Even the benches tell a similar story. OKC's second unit has been productive, averaging 35 points per game and providing a reliable boost. The Spurs bench, on the other hand, has been hampered by injuries and is struggling to contribute meaningfully, averaging just 28 points. It's clear the Thunder have more firepower and depth, even with key injuries. For the Spurs, Wembanyama's potential absence could be the final nail in the coffin. I believe Oklahoma City will roll into San Antonio and take care of business. Their balanced attack and defensive discipline should overwhelm the Spurs, who are simply too undermanned and inconsistent to keep pace. I'm confident this one goes to the Thunder, and it might not even be close. The fifth prediction for today is for a game between the Utah Jazz and Los Angeles Lakers. The Utah Jazz roll into Crypto.com Arena for a showdown with the Los Angeles Lakers, and after diving into the stats, I've got a pretty solid read on this matchup. Let's break it down. The Lakers at home are a force to be reckoned with. Their efficiency on both ends of the court shows just how locked in they've been. On the other hand, the Jazz have struggled to find their rhythm away from Salt Lake City, looking out of sync more often than not. The Lakers are riding the wave of a 5-game win streak and have been defending their home turf like pros. Anthony Davis is playing like a monster, dropping 31 points in their last game and anchoring the team defensively. Meanwhile, the Jazz are in a tough spot, starting the season 3-10 and faltering in tight games, especially on the road. Both teams come into this one rested, which means we'll likely see full effort across the board. But injuries are a wild card here. The Lakers are short-handed, missing Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes, and Jared Vanderbilt, while Anthony Davis is questionable. Without him, their defense takes a big hit. The Jazz aren't much better off with Walker Kessler sidelined, leaving their paint defense vulnerable. This matchup boils down to execution. The Lakers love to run the floor and dominate in the paint, which could expose Utah's defensive holes, especially in transition. The Jazz, however, can counter with their ball movement and outside shooting. When they're on, they can light it up. The issue is consistency, which has been elusive for them on the road. Rebounding might have been Utah's ticket to keeping this game close, but with Kessler out, that advantage is neutralized. Both squads are middle tier from deep, so the team that catches fire could take control. Turnovers are another area to watch. The Lakers take care of the ball much better than the Jazz, who've been sloppy in that department. Bench production could tip the scales. The Lakers have reliable role players like D'Angelo Russell, and if Rui Hachimura is available, he adds depth. Utah's bench has been hit or miss, and they'll need a collective effort to stay competitive. When it's all said and done, I see the Lakers pulling out the win. They're in great form, thrive at home, and the Jazz's away struggles are too big to ignore. If AD doesn't suit up, it could get a little tricky, but with LeBron leading the way, I'm confident the Lakers will get it done. That said, I expect the Jazz to keep it closer than the line suggests. They've got enough grit to stay within 11.5 points. I'm taking the Lakers to win, but the Jazz to cover.